So secretary, this person's usually charged with administrative tasks and honestly is looked at as the consolidation prize for when you are going through elections and you didn't get the position you want. And I think this is a huge misconception. And the reason I say that is because in reality, this just can't be the case because there's just so much responsibility associated with secretary. And so the first one that I'm going to cover is making minutes for meetings. So it's like the notes of what you actually covered. The reason why this is super important is because I can't even tell you the amount of times that I've walked out of a meeting, whether it be with the exec board when I was in the fraternity and on exec board, or at a meeting within work, or a meeting with a professional, or even a networking meeting, where I just didn't even remember what we were talking about. And the reason why was because I had nothing to look back to reference what the topics were that we discussed. And so I'm there trying to figure out 2 days later, especially when I was on exec board, trying to figure out what were my to-dos as treasurer, what do I need to get done so that the president and everybody else on the exec board knows what's going on. So making minutes for meetings is actually a super important task, even though it may not seem like it. And doing it the right way can make a huge difference in things getting done versus things not getting done. 2, compliance, reporting, bylaws, and attendance. So I put those all, it's a lot of stuff. I put it all into one because I think that they all serve around the same purpose. So compliance, ensuring that you are following anything that is a governing body within your actual organization. So whether it be collusis on the Greek side, which is, again, this self-governance for risk management, people from other houses come around and they check to make sure that you're following the rules that IFC or Panhel, PHC has. And so following those types of governance rules. 2, reporting it. So if you have any reporting statistics, so for example, you got to report the GPA or reporting the amount of people on your roster, so the amount of people that are actually in your sorority or your fraternity, making sure that that stuff is reported timely and to the right people. Again, super important to make sure that you don't get fined or you don't get penalized by the bodies that govern that type of stuff. And then 3, bylaws. So ensuring that when you're at a chapter meeting or you're at an exec board meeting that you guys are actually following the rules that was set not only before you, but by people who were a part of the same organization and have been through the same things. So the reason why bylaws are important, and this is something that isn't really covered as often by people, is that bylaws help to govern things that were problems that past people have encountered. They're also the set of rules that people should abide by, but what I found is that bylaws are usually put in place because some big thing came up and there need to be rules around it to solve it in a fair way. And so that's why following the bylaws are super important, so you avoid those types of situations. And then 4, attendance. So ensuring that people are there when they're supposed to be there and ensuring that people are accountable. It's not fair that 90 people go to an event and then the 10 people who didn't aren't even recorded. That said, I recognize that there is collusion within exec boards, so I'm not sitting here and saying that every single time it's going to be caught, but there is some accountability that creates a good culture within the fraternity or sorority or organization. And then 3, maintaining a master calendar. This is something that is essential to the house. People need to know what the hell is going on. And so when you don't have a calendar in place that shows all the events and all the deadlines, it's tough to keep others accountable for what they're supposed to be doing. And so the master calendar ensures that you don't miss anything important, but it also keeps everyone accountable to what is really important and what is going on that day that people need to be ready for.
Hey everyone, just want to real quick thank you for looking at the video. Please mention in the comments anything that you want to see content-wise, whether it has to do with recruitment, helping with social, your position, more on the positions, something about personally that you've had to deal with that you would like some clarification on how to approach it, anything really. And then thank you for having patience with me on trying to figure out what exactly to do with these videos and how to edit it, how to produce it in the right way where it's entertaining but also super educational and valuable to the people involved. Thank you again so much. Look forward to seeing you soon.